Good afternoon, I'm Sean Yao, and this is One News Now. One senator is pushing for the death penalty in cases where law enforcement agencies are found to be involved in agricultural smuggling. Some lawmakers suspect that government officials are in cahoots with smugglers. Shaila Francisco with the details.
Pwede pong makinig itong dalawang ito. Di ba sa Bureau of Customs kayo? Di ba kayo nahiya? Law enforcement kayo. Pinamumugaran tayo ng smuggling. Sa tingin nyo ba, masaya ako na life imprisonment lang kayo? Magbibigay ako ng panukalang batas na kayo dyan sa Bureau of Customs na kapag kayo napatunayan na involved dito sa smuggling, dapat kamatayan din kayo.
Senator Robin Hood Padilla lost his cool after some Bureau of Customs officials were inattentive during a Senate hearing Thursday morning. But his threat soon turned real as he announced that he filed an amendment seeking death penalty for law enforcers found to be involved in smuggling. Under the Anti-Agricultural Smuggling Act, entities and personalities involved in smuggling may face jail time of 12 to 20 years. But this does not involve government officials. In the same hearing, it was revealed that despite several raids on smuggled agri-products, no smuggler has actually been sent to jail since the enactment of the Anti-Agri-Smuggling Act of 2016. Based on data from the customs, 142 cases have been filed, equivalent to around 2.8 billion pesos in losses for the government. But when asked what happened to these cases, the BOC and the Justice Department seem to be pointing fingers at each other.
When we file these cases, we have to have all the evidences at hand. So, syempre po, ipafile po namin yan sa DOJ, and the DOJ is also very strict. It really happens na nadidismissan po kami ng cases. Kung minsan, kulang lang po kami ng certification or yung naisubmit namin is photocopy, hindi po kami nakapag-submit ng original. Nadidismiss na po siya.
Ang prosecutors namin, nagre-rely po sila sa evidence as well as witnesses and other information or documents provided by the complainants, which in this case is the Bureau of Customs.
Senator Cynthia Villar meanwhile put the blame back on BOC. She also pointed out how there are 37 additional cases that weren't even considered as economic sabotage. This means smugglers may not face a non-bailable offense or even jail time.
7 years. Wala miski isa man lang.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Lakas talaga nila sa inyo. Di ba? Wala miski isang example. How can a law na walang na-example? Di ba? O di failure ang law.
Economic sabotage can be considered if the smuggled rice products amount to at least 10 million pesos and at least 1 million pesos for other agri-products. But as it turns out, the amount being declared during the filing of cases is lower than the actual value. According to Villar, this is the fault of examiners who dictate the price since the system is not fully automated yet.
Wala nang pakialam ang examiner dyan. It's all computerized. Kung ano lumabas sa computer, yun ang value. Cannot be questioned. Walang discretion dyan. Kaya ayaw nyo niyan kasi wala kayong discretion.
For its part, the BOC assured senators that customs officials being investigated for smuggling are immediately relieved from their posts. Shaila Francisco, we are One News.
President Marcos is looking to revive the Philippine Sugar Corporation. PhilSucor was a state-run firm that financed facilities used for the manufacturing and distribution of sugar and its byproducts. In a video message, Marcos Jr. said reviving PhilSucor was one of the suggestions made in his meeting with sugar industry stakeholders. A document from the official gazette showed that PhilSucor was abolished by former President Rodrigo Duterte through a memo in 2018. The abolition owed to the fact that PhilSucor's functions overlapped with that of the Sugar Regulatory Administration and other state-run financial institutions.
PhilSucor is Philippine Sugar Corporation. It provides it is like it's financing for farmers, especially for cooperatives and farmers associations, yung mga tinatawag na block. Bubuhayin natin at babaguhin natin, titignan natin kung ano yung mga pagbabago para makapag-adjust tayo dito sa sitwasyon natin ngayon. And they will continue their work in providing assistance sa ating mga farmers, sa ating mga farmers groups.
In that same meeting, Marcos Jr. also discussed the government's decision to import up to 150,000 metric tons of sugar. The president said Government and stakeholders have now agreed on the importation schedule and how traders will bid on the imports. Despite this, Marcos assured stakeholders of the sugar industry that locally produced sugar will still be favored.
We had some discussions on the future and how to strengthen the industry. And we talked about some of the identified areas that we should now start categorizing as sugar land. Para dumami ng ating acreage, ang ating hektarya na nakatanim ay asukal. Yun na nga, para dumami na rin yung ating productions.
We're pausing for a quick break, but One News Now will be back with more stories after that. Keep it here. You're still with us here on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. The Department of Information and Communications Technology noted an increase in text scams after the government extended the deadline for SIM registration. DICT Secretary Ivan John Uy said the number of text scams that he receives is now at 3 per day. Uy noted that the scams are focused on sending fake links for SIM registration, which are actually bogus links used to gather data of mobile subscribers. The DICT is advising subscribers to not click on links that they receive through text, especially if they are from unknown numbers.
The sooner we end the SIM card registration, the sooner all these text scams will stop. Kung nakatanggap kayo ng text na galing sa isang numero na hindi nyo kilala, huwag nyo na lang po i-click dahil scammers po yon. Dapat gamitin nyo na lang yung app na nada-download nyo from the legitimate sources.
And air travelers can look forward to cheaper tickets next month after the Civil Aeronautics Board, or CAB, lowered fuel surcharges. A Level 4 fuel surcharge means that passengers purchasing tickets in June will only be paying 117 to 342 pesos for domestic flights. For international flights, the fuel surcharge would range from 385 pesos to 2,800 pesos, depending on the distance. The CAB said it lowered the fuel surcharge level alongside the steady decrease of jet fuel prices. In other news, the Court of Appeals upheld its decision to declare the male backrider ordinance of Mandaluyong City as unconstitutional. The CEA junked the Mandaluyong LGU's motion for reconsideration on lack of merit. The motion was filed back in November 2021 after the court had initially declared the backriding policy as unconstitutional. In its previous decision, the CA's 5th Division ruled that there is no legal distinction between a male and a female backrider in the context of addressing crimes perpetrated by persons on motorcycles. To recall, Mandaluyong used to have a rule where male backriders are prohibited unless they are a first-degree family member of the rider or at most 10 years old. This was met with criticism on it being sexist and prompted lawyer Dino De Leon to pursue legal action against the ordinance. One News Now will be back with the latest stories at 6:30 p.m. I'm Sean Yao. We are One News.